From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, several roads are being affected by snow, slips and flooding as wild weather bears down on the country for the long weekend. Met Service has issued a heavy rain warning for Canterbury High Country, Tasman west of Motueka, the Richmond and Bryant ranges, as well as parts of the Buller district. There are heavy road snowfall warnings for all the main passes and multiple road closures on the west coast. Aucklanders will see a greater police presence on public transport in the wake of a fatal bus stabbing. Police Minister Mark Mitchell and Auckland Minister Simeon Brown say the increase will boost safety and reassure public transport workers and passengers. In addition, the government will ensure the $15 million earmarked for bus driver safety is provided to public transport authorities by the end of the year. An online predator who abused thousands of children around the world has been jailed for life. Alexander McCartney has been sentenced to a minimum 20 years jail for the extreme online sexual abuse of children and the manslaughter of a 12-year-old girl he blackmailed. The 26-year-old's offending spanned more than 30 countries, including New Zealand. BBC reporter Chris Page says the judge said he couldn't think of a more dangerous sex offender.
He went through the same sickening routine with 3,500 victims, telling them he would post the photos publicly unless they carried out acts of abuse for his sexual gratification.
Focus has turned to mitigating any environmental impacts from the Manawanui shipwreck. The naval vessel ran aground and sank off Samoa's coast earlier this month. 3 shipping containers sitting on the reef have been recovered this week, but salvage efforts are on pause until after the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Prime Minister Chris Luxon says the major fuel tanks are intact and the focus now is removing all fuel from the ship.
I think all of us will feel much better when we get the safe uplift of that fuel off the ship. Then we can talk about what happens next.
That's news. In sport, all-white striker Chris Woods has continued his fine form, scoring a double in Nottingham Forest's 3-1 English Premier League win over a former club, Leicester City. Since Nuno Espirito Santo took over as Notts coach last December, only Erling Haaland has scored more non-penalty goals than Wood, 18-17. 11 frontline All Blacks may have already left for England ahead of this evening's test against Japan in Yokohama. But flanker Semipina Finau says those left behind have been soaking up the wisdom of previous captain Sam Cane and stand-in skipper Patrick Tuipulotu.
Their leadership throughout this whole week has been great. Obviously for us young fellas, we just listen and follow their lead. They've been leading from up front with their actions as well, so both of them have been great.
The Black Caps are daring to dream of a maiden Test Series win in India, heading into Day 3 in Pune with a lead of more than 300 and 5 wickets still in the bank. That's sport. I'm Sandy Hodge.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.